This is the first time where content can actually go viral on every single platform.
Essentially, by studying the algorithm, you'll learn that you're more studying human psychology.
If you had the knowledge that was in our heads, you could do it very easily.
Your videos suck. You think your videos are good, but they suck. They just do. The sooner you learn how to make good, great videos that people actually want to watch, the sooner you'll get views.
Mr. Beast shares his best YouTube advice all the way from title to thumbnail secrets to growing a channel on YouTube.
What the?
He also reveals how he's able to hook in viewers in his videos and what he would do if he started from scratch.
Yeah.
So what did you do when you first started? Like, what was the first idea?
The very first video, weirdly enough, I played this stupid game and some hacker like killed my base when I was 11. And so I uploaded it. And my first video got 20,000 views like instantly because it was like all the people that played the game was like, oh shit, you can hack in this game. It's a game called Battle Pirates. I guarantee you no one listening.
What is it called?
Battle Pirates. No one here has ever heard of it.
Battle card?
Battle Pirates. It was,
Battle Pirates.
Yeah, it was a really small game. But I uploaded that and I got 20,000 views. And that was probably the best thing that could have ever happened to me because then I was hooked from day one. Literally, like most people, it takes hundreds of videos before you get like one view. And somehow the very first video I uploaded at 11 got like 20,000 views. And then I was just like, oh, I fell in love and I've been hooked ever since.
Wow. So it was kind of almost by accident.
Essentially, yeah. It was that. And then because this was way before YouTube was even a thing. Like,
Right.
you know, no one was really a YouTuber. Hardly anyone made money.
When did YouTube first get... When did it launch?
Like 2006 or whatever.
Yeah,
YouTube was a
6, 7.
thing, but like the partner program wasn't really a thing. No one
Right.
was making money.
Right.
And it was definitely back before it was cool. Like when I was doing YouTube when I was 14 and 15, like it now, you know, it's cool if you want to be a YouTuber in high school or middle
Yeah.
school. Back then, like no one gave a fuck. You know what I mean? It was like you're just worried they would try to play your videos in class or make fun of you or stuff like that for it.
So, but how did it evolve to what it is now? Was it a vision? Was it a slow, sort of a gradual increase in numbers? And
Yeah, I mean, it's about as slow as it gets. So like when I was a young teenager, I was getting no views, had no money, had no equipment. And so for the most part, it was just like, I was just trying to scrounge money so I could buy equipment because I was using my brother's old laptop. And so like my first couple hundred videos, I didn't have a microphone. Like imagine just like crackly, terrible voice. And so once I got monetized, I saved up for a few months. Like I told you, I bought a microphone. I can just give you a mile high history. And I saved up for like 6 months. I mean, I was just doing video game videos, and they were terrible, but I saved up. I got a real computer. So now I could actually record the video game in high quality. I have a microphone. I'm like 15 and I just kept going and going. Trying to figure out like, what are some of like the hot spots? Like I essentially, up until 18, I had been doing YouTube pretty religiously, but I was making no money. Like this is kind of the turning point was when I graduated from high school. And my whole life, I was like, I want to be making enough money by the time I graduated to do this full time. And I wasn't. I was still only making a couple $100 a month. So I graduated high school and my mom was like, either move out or go to a community college. And I didn't have enough money to move out, but I hated school with a passion. But she forced me to go to community college. And that was the worst thing ever. Like that made me hate life. Like borderline suicidal. I just can't stand like having to just sit there and listen to this dumb stuff and listen to some teacher read out a book. So what I did was I would act like I was going to community college, but I would just work on videos in my car and edit and stuff like that. I had straight zeros. And so now the clock had started because once my mom found out, I was screwed.
were you aware of that? Like, that you're running a risk?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I would act like I was going to college that whole time, but I wasn't. And I didn't have enough money to move out. And that was kind of when I was just like 15 hours a day, all in. I was like, I'm fucked if this doesn't work. And I had some videos pop off. I couldn't tell you which ones, but I had a month where I made 20 grand because I just had some videos just do really, really well. And then I came home and I was like, yeah, I haven't been going to college, and I moved out the next day. My mom almost had a heart attack because she didn't understand YouTube or anything back then, and she was like, man, this guy's gonna work at McDonald's. I wasted all this time. Like I invested 18 years, and this is what I get.
Where were you living? What part of the country?
North Carolina. That's where I've lived almost my whole life.
And so, how does she feel now?
Oh, she's great.
Is she like
she's beyond
flabbergasted?
happy. Yeah, she loves it. You know, put her in front of her friends. She loves talking about it. She obviously. She's
I
great.
always knew little Jimmy was gonna be a success.
No, she doesn't try to hide it. We would fight all the time. Even in high school, like, you know, I never once studied. I literally wouldn't even take my books home. Like I legit don't think I studied once all of high school at my house. And so we would fight a lot. I didn't have the best grades. And so I would just make videos, and she didn't understand it, especially because back then it was just a whole different world. Like, there wasn't really a thing as a full-time YouTuber and stuff. And so it was a lot of arguments, a lot of drama, but it ended up working out. She's happy.
The thing is, it's like nobody saw this coming, right? So you can't blame her.
Oh, dude, especially me in like the middle of North Carolina in a small town. I had like horrible acne. I'm you know, especially back then, really awkward. It's like no one, like people would have bet $1 million that I wouldn't be a YouTuber. You know, it makes no sense. But I just like, I have, you know, hyper obsession, and I love this. And, you know, you give it enough time, anyone can solve it.
Given all the wisdom you have now, if you were to give advice to somebody, or if you were to start over again, you had no money, what would be the first 10 videos you tried to make on a new channel? I guess that's advice for a new person. And nobody knows you.
Yeah, nobody knows me. Yeah, like hypothetically, I have a mask on.
And you also, I guess, don't have the wisdom.
But if I don't have what I have in my head, then I would say just fail. Like, just a lot of people get analysis paralysis, and they'll just sit there and they'll plan their first video for 3 months. And I'm any of you listening, if you, especially if you have 0 videos on your channel, your first video is not going to give views. Period. It's not. Your first 10 are not going to give views. I can very confidently say that. So stop sitting there and thinking for months and months on end, and just get to work and start uploading. Like, all you need to do, this applies to people who have not uploaded videos but have dreams of being a YouTuber, is make 100 videos and improve something every time. Do that. And then on your 101st video, we'll start talking, like maybe you can get some views, but you know, your first 100 are gonna suck. There are very freak cases like Liza Koshy or Emma Chamberlain who have really good personalities, and it doesn't take them as many videos. And it's just like people who are 7'5" and making the NBA. Like, yes, there are freak cases you can find, but for the average person like us, you know, who don't have these exceptional personalities and, you know, backgrounds in filmmaking, just make 100 videos, improve something each time, and then talk to me on your 101st video.
Well, the improve something each time is the tricky one. How do you improve something each time?
The second one, just, I don't know, put more effort into the script. The third one, try to learn a new editing trick. The fourth one, try to figure out a way that you can have better inflections in your voice. The fifth one, try to, you know, study a new thumbnail tip and implement it. The sixth one, try to figure out a new title. There's infinite ways. That's the beauty of content creation online. There's literally infinite ways, from the coloring to the frame rate to the editing to the filming to the production to the jokes to the pacing, to every little thing can be improved, and they can never not be improved. There's literally no such thing as a perfect video.
So if you knew everything you know now, but no money.
Step one would, I just brainstorm, like, okay, I don't have money. What are some viral things? Like, I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is something as simple as when I counted to 100,000, which is what I did do when I was poor. And like that worked. But like, what's something like that I could do that would be even more attention grabbing?
Yeah, you were, as part of the brainstorm, you would throw out a lot of ideas. People throw out a bunch of ideas. And one of the questions is this even doable? Right?
Yeah. First off, come up with ideas you think would do well, and then ask yourself later if they're doable.
Yeah.
Because there's different ways you can accomplish something.
Don't be cynical about the doability of stuff.
Yeah, because there really are so many different ways you can accomplish a goal. Like when we give away an island, like we gave our 100 million subscriber an island.
Yeah.
You know, you can't find private islands that, you know, don't look like shit for less than $10 million. So this isn't doable, right? All right, the idea doesn't exist, not doable, X it off. But then, you know, you dig into it and you know, find different alternatives, and you find, okay, well, what if we just buy a $2 million island that sucks, and then spend $1 million, you know, importing some sand, let's build a beach, let's import 300 trees, let's build a little bit of canal, let's cut some paths, boom. Now it's a really nice island, but it's actually affordable because we don't have $10 million to spend on a video, but we can afford to spend 3.5 and lose whatever $1 million on that video. So like, that's an example of like, yeah, if you just went off the gut test, you're like, this isn't doable. You know, every island's $10 million. We're screwed. Like, if we go cheaper, it's just a terrible island. No. And so if you like, there are so many different ways you can achieve what you want. You really got to push through no's, which not a lot of people do. You have to have like more of a dominant personality and just a willingness to, when people tell you it's not possible, just actually go through all the variables and eliminate them all yourself.
Have a stubbornness and a resilience to failure, maybe.
For what we do and creators online, it's very imperative that you have that a no isn't a no to you. Like, you really have to like think and just like we take a personality test, and like just having a dominant personality is a better indicator that when someone tells you, oh, there's no way you're going to build a brick wall for under 100 grand, you know, you'll be like, okay, and then still go check the next 10 vendors. And, you know,
I guess my big question is, how do you go viral consistently?
Do you want the hour-long answer or the super short answer?
whatever the true answer is, I guess. Can you
Well,
say
I
it?
mean,
And
like,
is
the
it
thing
short?
is-
Is the true answer short?
The thing is, I can give you the high level or we'll give you the high level. So essentially for us, the way I like to look at it is if I spend, me and my team spend like 10 times more time than everyone else brainstorming ideas, which we probably at this point spend 100 times more time than everyone else. We spend $500,000 to $1 million a video, whereas normal people are spending like 1,000 or 10,000 is an expensive video now. And we just, sometimes we're filming for 3 or 4 days, like 10 hours a day, 30, 40 hours of filming plus months of setup, whereas most creators probably film for a couple hours and set up for a day. I think for us, by always doing all those things, it just distinctively sets it so far apart that it's basically, in my head, it's like, why would you not watch it? You know what I mean?
So is this just the meme of like quality content, like quality over quantity? But then you're doing the quantity too, though. It seems like you upload relatively a lot.
Yeah. Well, so that's where, I guess, man, you're about to make me just start a college class here on this video. So essentially, yes, at the end of the day, if you boil it down, what YouTube wants is they want people to click on a video and they want to watch it. Like at its core, that's what it is. Now, you can like draw little lines and go as deep as you want into how to get people to click and how to get people to watch. I mean, essentially, by studying the algorithm, you'll learn that you're more studying human psychology, right? What do humans want to watch? What do they find enjoying? Not because anytime you say the word algorithm, just replace it with audience, and it works perfectly. Like the algorithm didn't like that video. No, the audience didn't like that video. Because literally that's it. If people are clicking and watching, then it gets promoted more, and that's all. That's literally all the algorithm does is reflect what the people want to a T. And if you deny that, you just make terrible videos and are trying to find a scapegoat. Like, I mean, there's a reason everyone loves YouTube and spends hours every single day on it.
Offline, I got a chance to look at a bunch of thumbnails, and it's fascinating which ones do well and which ones don't. Is there something you could say about what are the elements of a thumbnail that work well? Or is this also deeply instinctual?
Well, that's where, it's the same thing. Like, how do you cook good food? But it's easier if you pull up a thumbnail and I can be like, that's why that's good. That's why that's bad. That's like an example would be like one of my friends. He just uploaded a video recently, and I called him. I was like, what is this? Because he's a very, very smart guy. And in the thumbnail, he's getting chased by cops, but the cops were wearing yellow vests, so they didn't look like cops. So I was like, oh, why are the cops in your thumbnail wearing yellow vests? It's like, that makes it so much more boring. And he was like carrying a flag, but the pole and the color of the flag were the same color. So it's like, it's a lot harder to see the flag. I was like, also, you're wearing like a shirt with like 5 different colors. Like, so it's like, it's hard to tell what your outline is. And then in the background, there were cars. And I was like, well, if you have cops chasing you, why not make the cars cop cars? And, and it's like, because in my head, I'm like, dang, if you just did those like 4 or 5 things, the video probably would have got like 7x the views.
How much iteration? Because I also got a chance to see the number of iterations you do on a thumbnails.
It's a problem now. An addiction.
Is it? So you kind of, because a lot of the versions were really good.
Yeah.
How do you know when to like?
I love how when we pulled up that the burger one and we were flipping through them, you're like, that's really good. I was like, oh, that's version like 1 of like 1,000.
But even the sketch, the idea was good. Like already, even the original idea is strong.
Yeah, so one of our coming up videos, we made the world's largest plant-based burger, and the thumbnail we were thinking is like me standing beside the burger because it's 6 feet tall. That's what he's talking about. So like, just picture a giant 6 foot tall burger, super wide, thousands of pounds, and then I'm beside it, and then it's like eating the world's largest burger. Like that's just something you have to click. Like, so you were saying like, how would you describe a good thumbnail? Like that, you know what I mean? Like,
but I think you said the one I noticed first that was good, where you were very small in it. Relative to and you didn't like that one. I
needed to come forward a little bit, and also the photo we took was just my upper body. So they photo manipulated and created my legs in Photoshop, and that's why I said I didn't like it, because my right leg was a little like off. It was like bent the wrong way. Because I had to build those legs in Photoshop.
Well, I mean, does the physics in a thumbnail have to even make sense? I mean, you can just like exaggerate the head size and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, things don't have to be relative. Yeah, you can have a car in the background and be 3 times the size. Because every one of my thumbnails, my face is in the left side, very big. So brand recognition, so just people know. Oh, especially because now that a lot of people copy our videos, it's just nice to like, everyone else might make thumbnails like this, but this is mine. Yeah. And obviously we usually over deliver and do bigger stuff.
How does the equation change from like, hey, I want to get a cute little, I know for you, it's like, that's 5 million views. How do you go from that to like, I want to get a 50 million view video? What is the difference in the way you think about those two things?
You need something original. How to go viral is probably, it's not something like super original. You need a really strong opinion, probably. Like you need to say like what you're saying is like, I like bananas, and what you need is bananas are the best goddamn food on the planet. Like that's the type of opinion you need. Like you need something like how to get 100 million views on YouTube, or not even that. That's not strong enough. You need something that makes people go, what the fuck? You know, and like click, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, I want to click whatever video you're selling me right now, dude. Yes, that video. That's what I want to watch.
Yeah, but that's hyper specific to you. But you see what I'm saying? It needs to be extreme. It needs to be like how to go viral. That's not going to cause someone to go, damn, if I don't click that, I'm not going to be able to sleep at night. You need something that legit will have people be like, what the did he say in that video? What the I need to know, you know?
You had quite the ride. So when did you start uploading to YouTube?
Oh, we gotta do the boring stuff first?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I started in on this channel, or my channel, 2013. I've been doing it since I was 13 years old. And when I first started, I got 100,000 subscribers with an iPhone. And this is an iPhone 5 that recorded in 30 FPS, terrible quality. So as you guys know, like equipment's never an excuse, because like people were constantly roasting me for the quality when I first blew up. I was like, I don't have money, I don't know what to do. But then, you know, I just reinvested every dollar I made, and over like the last, you know, whatever, 8 years, just slowly grew into whatever I do now.
So now that you've been on the platform about 7 years, what would you say to creators that are getting started? I mean, do you think that it's still possible to start a channel on YouTube in 2020 and be successful, or is it...
It's funny you saying that to me, because I know you know the answer to it. Yes, it's obviously it is. And the thing is, though, you know, with the videos I was making when I was a smaller creator, I genuinely felt like, you know, the algorithm hates me, or this is unfair. But I just wasn't making content that deserved to get views. I don't know a nice way to put it. So I'm glad I'm talking about myself, because anyone else I'd feel bad. But the videos sucked. Like, I mean, you just look at the retention graphs. People would click off at the beginning. People didn't know sometimes what they're clicking on. And like, if I wasn't retaining a viewer, just why would it make sense for you to promote it? Like, why would you promote a 10-minute video that people watch on average a minute and a half? It just doesn't make sense. So, honestly, I forgot the original question. What was it? Oh, yeah. I've seen people literally start a channel and within a month hit 100,000 subscribers. I've seen it. I personally know someone who had a channel with 100 subscribers, and me and my boys, you know, other YouTubers that I feel like have a good understanding of how YouTube works, we just help them optimize the video. And I don't like to say the name of the channels, because then I feel like I'm taking credit for their success, but literally 100 subscribers, he got 3 million views on a video. And that was with no artificial push. It did like 50 views, you know, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. It just stair-stepped up every day. And so it's 1,000,000% possible, but it's very hard right off the bat to know what makes a good video, how to hold a viewer, how to get them to click and stuff like that. Some people are naturally entertaining, and retaining a viewer is just much easier for them. And some people, like me, you just need a long time to develop.
So what was it that you, when you were coaching some of these other channels, what were some of the things that you identified as opportunities for improvement?
A lot of it is just like, you can just tell when a video shouldn't go viral. At the beginning of the video, just tell, like literally the simplest thing, just tell them why they should watch it. You know, if you're putting 1,000,000 Orbeez in a pool, don't start the video with you shopping for, you know, your mom's birthday present. At the beginning of the video, just say, we're going to put 1,000,000 Orbeez in this pool. And then that right there should, you know, be at least slightly sufficient.
To help people know what to expect, maybe do a little preview at the front.
Exactly. Yeah. So for most people, it's just that. They're just not hooking viewers, and the video ideas just aren't that entertaining.
Is there anything that you've seen in common to the creators that you've seen to be successful?
No, I mean, YouTube's so big.
So do you think that there's any common misconceptions that creators have about YouTube?
Well, a lot of people blame the algorithm, but typically you can just look at the data and point to it. I mean, I don't really have to dig too deep into that one.
So you guys know how retention works.
Yeah.
Don't click off.
Yeah.
All right, but now we're done.
Now it's over. It's
now
really
you can
over.
click off.
See you in a year.
Now we're gonna get to someone who put 20 periods. That is his final. I watched to the end 20 periods. People who put 1, 3, or 10 are disqualified. Always watch to the end. All right, end it. Get this mic away.
That's over. It's over.